We are here to talk all about celebrating. So, if this is something that you don't know anything about, are curious about, maybe struggle with, or don't have an integrated practice for, then you want to watch this. Celebrating is, in my observation and my experience, something that we don't really know how to do. Maybe we celebrate birthdays or special occasions, but we save celebrating just for that, and then the rest of our lives it's absent from. Some of the barriers to celebrating are our conditioning. We're conditioned often as children and young adults to not brag, to not like puff out our chest in pride. Pride is considered a deadly sin, right? It's inappropriate, taboo, not something that is socially acceptable or that we're supposed to do. And then when we become adults, we are expected to suddenly know how to advocate for ourselves and market ourselves and shine our light brilliantly after a lifetime of dimming it down. Another barrier is good feelings can be really scary. Scary because we're afraid something's going to be taken away, like the other shoe is going to drop, or if I let myself feel this joy, this appreciation, this gratitude, it means that on the tail end of that, something bad is going to happen. And celebrating is only expected in certain environments, like those special occasions that I mentioned. When we're looking at celebrating, the most important thing across the board is the intention. And I want to share 11 ways, very practical, very tangible, from the smallest thing to the biggest thing, how to integrate it into your life. Something that you can lean on and look forward to. And what's possible when we celebrate frequently, a few things that I want to highlight. One, like attracts like. So the more that we celebrate, the more we have to celebrate, the more available we are for it. We feel better. We're less at war with ourselves. If we are acknowledging and highlighting things that we're proud of, things that feel like a win, there's less criticism and the scale starts to tip so that we just, in general, like ourselves more. It cultivates delight and enthusiasm, which has this childlike quality to it. It's so tender. And also the feeling of smiling really big, the feeling of looking forward to events and to people and life, and cultivating that, growing that, nourishing that, inviting more of that. And we also open ourselves to the miracle of life, right? And that invites in opportunity and synchronicity. Instead of life being this humdrum, monotonous, ordinary, day in, day out drudge, it's vibrant and thriving and alive. That is what I want for you in your life and through cultivating this practice. So number one, the first way to celebrate is to be in dialogue. And this can be with yourself or with another person, actually saying out loud, I am celebrating, or I am proud of, and then putting in what it is. Language is potent and powerful. And as we talk about it, it gains energy and momentum. We also have the opportunity to increase our ability to communicate about the things that we're celebrating and the things that we're proud of. And it doesn't have to be super intricate or a lot of detail or a long explanation. It can be. And it can just be, here's this thing. I am proud of it. I am celebrating this. Will you witness and acknowledge me, please? Thank you. The second way is to sing out loud. Have 2 to 3 go-to, make you feel amazing songs on your radar and easily accessible. It's really easy when you're first starting to cultivate a celebration practice to pass over it, to think to yourself, oh, this could be an opportunity for celebrating, and then just to let it go. Don't let the opportunities pass you by. Walk through those open doors and prepare for them by having songs available and ready for you to sing to. And it's like, as soon as you put it on, if you can just get to that point where you press play, then it's on a wave and you can just ride it. The third one is jewelry or adornments. This can be something new that you purchase. It can also be something that you have, painting yourself, putting on sticker gems, bracelets, rings, any kind of accoutrement that makes you feel more vibrant, more radiant, or just like, I'm celebrating. And it can be a statement to the world. It can also just be a statement to yourself, a secret knowing, of like, this is in celebration of this day, this life that I get to live, or a big milestone. This ring is a symbol of this milestone that I made that I want to remember and celebrate and carry with me. Lighting a candle or incense. I'm celebrating this day, I'm celebrating this morning, I'm celebrating this conversation, this experience, and I'm going to light this candle and either let it burn for a period of time, or you can get something that has a shorter burn time and letting the candle run all the way down, or with incense and just speaking a little intention or an invocation, a prayer of gratitude or acknowledgement into the candle, into the incense before lighting it, and then letting it waft out into the field, illuminate out into the field. Dedicating a hike, a walk, or a yoga practice, any kind of movement. It could be a dance even. And again, with the intention, just acknowledging to yourself or inviting someone with you. Hey, I got a promotion. Do you want to go on this hike with me and celebrate? And then continually coming back to the thing that you are celebrating throughout the practice. So in this hike example, every time you notice that you've forgotten about it, remember it. Like, oh yeah, and I got this promotion. Oh yeah, and I'm celebrating that I got this promotion. And letting that energy build and amplify. And even just hearing that might make us feel a little bit uncomfortable, like, oh, that's too much. Is it though? Like, what if we fed into this energy as much as we feed into our worry, our doubt, our fear, our negativity? Do you see how it could shift for you in your life? Going somewhere new. This can be a new restaurant. It could be a new country. There's a lot to play with around going somewhere new. Just, again, being intentional about it. One of my favorite things to do for big birthdays is to go to a new country, or trying something new that you haven't done before. It marks something within us. So we have that memory of, there was my life up until this point before I experienced this thing, and then there was my life after I experienced this thing. And there's a piece of you that is never the same, that is forever changed from that thing that you're celebrating. And how beautiful is that? Space tending. This can be adding to a space or clearing a space. So if we think of spring cleaning, we're clearing things out to celebrate spring, to make room, right? Like the kind of stale energy of winter, or for freshening things up. So it can be clearing out in that way, or it can be adding a piece of artwork or incense or statue or a book, however it lands. There's a lot of ways to get creative with it. Flowers, space tending. Drawing and writing decoratively. So taking a loose leaf piece of paper or dedicating a page in your journal and writing down, I am celebrating, I am proud of the date, and then the thing that you are celebrating. And it can be, the specific thing. I bought a new house. And then around that, curlicues and stars and little doodles and all of the ways that thing that you're celebrating makes you feel. It makes me feel accomplished. It makes me feel empowered, enthusiastic. I'm so happy that, and really adding embellishment and energy to the page. You can do this for big milestones. You can also do it like at the end of a month or the end of a week or the end of a day or for a specific season. Like, this is everything that I accomplished in July. Oh my gosh. And just taking the time to bask in it. I'm celebrating this. I'm celebrating that I overcame these challenges. I'm celebrating that I moved through this transition. I'm celebrating that I had this accomplishment. Feeding the energy and then always having it to look back on. How often are our journals like memories or reliving of what's bothering us, things that we're unpacking, or the humdrum kind of experience? What if we could look through our journal and have that be there? Also have all of the amazing moments, all of the things that we're celebrating, all of the things that went right, all of the things that went really well, all of the things that we flowed energy to and they blossomed and they bloomed. To be able to revisit that, like, oh yeah, I did that. Breaking bread. So this is eating, but it's doing it with reverence and pleasure and delight. So it can be anything. There's a lot of room. It can be going to a restaurant that you really love. It can be making a loaf of homemade bread and having like a really thick slice with a big slab of butter. It can be fresh fruit and cheese and just decadence, flavor. It can be inviting someone to enjoy it with you. And what you can do is bless, again, set that intention, like, I am breaking bread in the name of this celebration, in the name of this accomplishment. You bless the food and then you ingest it and you nourish your body with that celebration. And then the last one is praise. Praising yourself, but more so praising others. Looking for opportunities to celebrate the ways that you see other people winning in life and telling them verbally, deliberately, intentionally, I acknowledge you for, I am celebrating you for, I admire you, you inspire me. Like, letting people know the impact that they have on you, celebrating them. Okay, those are our 11 ways to celebrate. I hope that you find something in there that serves you, something that you can work with immediately today. Yeah, there's just always a reason to celebrate, and why not start? Why not start now with a practice that's consistent and full of reverence? May it serve you. XO, XO, big heart. Take care.